actor Peter Mochrie has made a name for himself on our screens over his 40-year career. Craig Bennett caught up with Peter, whose career has taken quite an unexpected turn.
He was the hunk in Speedos that set hearts racing in the 70s Aussie teen act soap The Restless Years. 40 years on, and that fact is not lost on Peter Mochrie.
No, I was 18 when I did The Restless Years. Rick Moran, way back when.
Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight.
To think it all began with that pair of Speedos and your six-pack, and there you were, absolutely sizzling up the screen.
Well, I'll tell you, you're both a lot better than I was expecting.
Than you were expecting?
Yeah, I'm Rick Moran, your host.
Did you ever think, oh gosh, not the Speedos again?
Every day, but secretly enjoying it as well.
You mean you're here on your own?
Not anymore.
Did you ever fear a cold day? On the surface, it seemed that Peter had everything. Killer good looks, money, a flourishing acting career, but there was plenty going on in his private world.
I had a pretty tough childhood. When I was 11, my father split from my family and took off. And my auntie, who we were very close to, she passed away tragically. And I used to wake up screaming, where is everybody going? So I had abandonment issues. So to have that sort of love, I suppose, or attention given to someone who was self-esteem was pretty low helped, you know. And I've since discovered that instead of all of that being a burden to me, it's my goal. It's what I draw on when I'm teaching or when I'm performing, that I've got this place that is quite dark.
What was it like being a sex symbol? I mean, pinned up on the bedroom walls of millions of girls, you set pulses racing all round the place. What was it like to be the object of such adoration?
Because of where I came from, it was good for my ego, but also quite confronting because you have to confront yourself and realise that what they're looking at isn't how you feel.
What are you doing? Listen, you're getting down. Come on, it's drugs!
I remember that scene. It was cold that night.
Thank goodness it was the back that was being bared.
Absolutely.
Peter put his acting success to the legendary tutelage of the one and only Miss June Salter, and he adored her.
I've always been willing to listen.
Yes, Miss Salter. Yes, Miss Salter. It was like that. But she was also a wonderful guiding light for us. Lenore Smith and Jamie Gleason and Mark Hembrow and all of those guys.
I feel very proud to know those young people.
She was very kind to me. We had a good chat and she told me, if you want to be good at this, you have to go quite deep and understand the human condition.
Rick? Where are we going?
Oh, anywhere.
Did you ever feel out of your depth?
I feel out of my depth sitting here.
Oh, come on, Peter.
Well, you never know. I mean, you're born naked, stupid and alone. You live the arc of life and then you die naked, stupid and alone, and you hopefully learn some stuff in the middle. I'm terrified. No one knows what they're doing, do they?
Is it you or is it me? Lately I've been lost at sea.
Much more recently, Peter broke through in a starring role on Kiwi Telly of all places, and his agent wasn't even confident he'd grab the part.
Go along to this audition for Shortland Street. You probably won't get it. There'll be 40 people there. Just do it. So I got it. Went to Shortland Street, which is in New Zealand, which is their sort of all saints medical drama. It was for 1 year. I ended up staying 6 years, got married and had a child. And we relocated to Sydney.
You're not just a little bit scared?
Not at all. I feel more alive now than I have for quite some time.
Speaking of Shortland Street, which is an absolute icon on New Zealand television, you had your clothes on. That was a shock, wasn't it? But you played a womanising cad, didn't you, Peter?
Well, I don't know if he's a womanising cad.
Okay, well, what, just a cad or a womaniser?
He was, yeah, he had...
Not the nicest of people.
Yeah, Callum Mackay. I think he had a heart of gold. He was just taken the wrong way.
Everybody comes to Hollywood.
Like so many do, Peter followed the flock of Aussie actors trying to crack it big in Hollywood.
I went there for a year after Shortland Street finished in 2013. I lived in West Hollywood and I found it difficult. I had a 2-year-old son back in New Zealand. I was told I had to stay there for a while to get the roots happening. I was very lucky, I got an agent straight away. I did a couple of castings and then I just suddenly woke up one day and said, I don't want to live here and raise my son. You know, it was a great, humbling experience.
That humbling experience led Peter down another career path. Can you believe it? As an auctioneer. Yep, he was selling houses.
You are buying those. Blue sky.
And they showed me the ropes every Saturday for a year. I learnt how to call, how to do the numbers.
720. Nice to have you on board, sir.
How to read a crowd, how to read a vendor and get the best price and also look after our buyers. And it's something I love. I do them 7, 8, 9, 10 a week. And it's fun and it's a great honour to give human beings the one things that we need tonight, shelter. So yeah, it's a wonderful thing, I love it.
But Peter still has plenty of passion for his craft and teaches acting and how to present on camera from his hometown of Sydney.
So I teach a lot, talking about down the barrel of a camera. It's all very well to do an interview style of thing and for actors to be doing that, but to talk down the barrel of the camera, you've got to make sure that you've got something prepared. You've got to make sure that you've got your voice warmed up. You've got to smile. You've got to use all of your charisma to sell something. Instead of getting nervous and your brain's freaking out, you fill it with things to do. Am I breathing properly? Am I reciting the right words? Who am I talking to? What's the demographic? What's their takeaway? Am I keeping still? Am I doing the Stevie Wonders? You know, all out of frame, that sort of thing. So you just trick your brain. When you get it right, it's fantastic. Confronting doing it straight down the barrel of the camera, not an easy thing to do. So yeah, go to petermochrie.com.
Now all of a sudden I'm terrified. I feel as though I've been judged through the course of this entire conversation. I'm going to petermochrie.com. I'm going to download the e-tutorials. I'm going to polish up.
Oh, another cracking story by Craig
Restless
Bennett.
Years was amazing. You know, John Blake was in that too, who later went on to be in The Light Horseman. He was called Sonny Blake at the time. And
Oh, wow.
it was full of hunks of spunks.
Yeah. It just goes to show, you know, opportunity can sometimes knock at the door and lead you on a whole new adventure.